Hi, I'm Jarrod Kimber, and this is the T20 World Cup previews, and this one is on Bangladesh. Bangladesh's style of play is generally to try and choke teams. They're a very good defensive bowling side, and they've never had a lot of power hitters, so their batting is quite par. So it's why they don't put pressure on the higher teams, but it is why that they can choke out some of the others. They're probably more suited, though, to one-day cricket, the way that they play their game. But we are starting to see some of their players be a little bit more aggressive. But, you have a look at some of those games they played against Zimbabwe recently, and it was the same sort of thing, making sort of medium totals and then making it really hard for the Zimbabweans to be able to chase them. That's what we expect them to do in this World Cup. They've never been a massive factor in T20 World Cups. They've probably been a better ODI team so far, and maybe even a better test side as well. They've not, you even look at the BPL, it's a weird kind of league, and the overseas players come in and smash the ball around, and we haven't seen that. But we have seen talented players from Bangladesh in T20 World Cups. We haven't seen them as a team be really good. So Bangladesh is 3 match winners. I'm going to go with Shakib Al Hasan, which is a little bit boring and obvious, but he's still a fantastic player, and he will get wickets at times, and he could still play really, really good innings. Mustafizur Rahman has bowled really well in the IPL. He's maybe not at the best he's ever bowled, but he's a really important bowler, and he also took some early wickets in this IPL, which I think could come in handy. And I'm going to throw in Taskin Ahmed, who at his best can take a lot of wickets in a row, and if he can do that in this tournament, it will be hugely helpful to them. Their surprise package, I'm actually going to go their captain, so I don't know how much of a surprise that is, but most people don't know who Najmal Shanto is. Najmal Shanto is this incredible player who either looks like the worst player you have ever seen or a match winner, and it can come from absolutely nowhere. And he will take teams by surprise in this World Cup at times, and he'll probably go through periods where he doesn't make any runs as well. I think for them, they have quite a tricky group. They're going to be going up against South Africa and the Netherlands, both teams that can, bother them with seam bowling and also maybe the ability to score quite quick at times. And then they've got Sri Lanka. I don't actually know what to make of that Sri Lanka game. That could go either way. Bangladesh should be looking at this as a group they can actually progress from, though. I don't think it's something that they should be terrified of. There's plenty of chances here, but it is a tricky group, all things considered, for them. Bangladesh's biggest challenge is really just scoring enough runs quickly, right? They need to be able to do that. And you look at this side, and there's a lot of players with talent, but I don't know if many of those players have the ability to consistently make big scores in T20 cricket. And if they do, I'm not sure if they can do it quickly enough. We have seen some changes in Bangladesh players. Ridoy is a really, really good example of a young player coming through who does like to whack the ball. And some of their other players are like that as well. Their bowling is good and defensive. It may not be good enough to take wickets against the better sides, but it's their batting that I have the major issue with. The pitches for Bangladesh, I think, when it comes down to it, they would have loved to have played in Guyana, and at the moment, they're not scheduled any games there, so it's not ideal. They're playing a couple of games in America and a couple of games in the West Indies. I think the West Indies pitches will suit them a lot more than the wickets will in America. The problem there is that they play the two good sides in America. They play, Sri Lanka and South Africa. That's probably the games they would have preferred to play in the West Indies. Will America fall in love with Bangladesh? It's not. I mean, there's some great stories of some incredible players, but I think when you drill down on it, they're not the sexiest side, are they? So maybe if they go on a great run, they have their chance of doing that. There's a lot of expats who live in America, of course, but Bangladesh it's just not, I don't think it's a team that neutrals fall in love with. I just don't see them as a genuine threat in this tournament at all. I've never really seen them as a great T20 side. I think they are trying to build towards that, and they've got some young players coming through, but I don't think they're there yet. Well, that's it from me on this T20 World Cup preview. Remember to like and subscribe and do all those things that talkSPORT Cricket wants you to do on this channel. We're going to have so much coverage of cricket here. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing with your life?
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.